Let me take a look at my Wi-Fi. It looks good, but let's just see. Let me take a look at my Wi-Fi. It looks good, but let's just see. There we go. All right. Let's see who jumps on and joins. We're going to keep it light. We're going to keep it quick. We're going to keep it light, quick, get into it, and then close it out. Why? Because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. A lot. All right, so as you guys come in, post your questions. No, this is going to be quick and short and right to the point. And that the reason of that is that there is a ton of things going on in life right now. And we're starting Mercury retrograde. So we all know that everybody's experiencing all kinds of dramas and feelings and energies. And the answer is always the same. Keep working on yourself. Keep focusing on meditation and journaling. Keep focusing on positivity, joy, happiness, peace. Keep working on yourself. That's always the answer. If you ask anything, just know the answer is focus on yourself. Well, you should, but Mel, what is his energy? He intends to cause a tower over and over and over and over and over. He's just intentionally self-destructing. Because part of it is he likes the attention. He likes the attention of not being committed to anybody, not even himself. That's basically what's going on. He likes the attention of like being non-committal to anybody. I mean, the star is faith and hope, and it's not to be committed. He likes the attention. One more. And it's just because judgment in reverse. He doesn't see life as changing. He's in the darkness. He doesn't have hope or faith that, he could have a happy life. Jackie, anything additional I need to know for this week? There are some things that you're going to experience, maybe this Mercury retrograde, that are going to be a challenge to the things that you've thought about yourself and what you really want in the past. Greed in reverse, Icarus in reverse. There's some things that you've done in your life that you've seen yourself from different eyes, and it's like you see the ego that you've had at one point in your life. Icarus in reverse is you did or experienced something out of your greed that burned you. And now you're thinking about, how can I do something different in my life to where I can honor this new version of myself by not being who I was in the past? Like you're clearly changing. There's a part of you that's now sitting in, I have to be patient instead of manipulative. So not being judgmental or anything, but there's a part of you that might be a bit of devil energy that you're actually experiencing differently now. There is a part of you that is showing up in the past as manipulative and non-committal. And guess what? Now you're seeing yourself in the truth of it. And you're saying to yourself, okay, I'm going to have compassion and forgiveness and love and patience and balance because I don't want to do that anymore. I want to release this. I can't control it. I'm tired of trying to control it. It's like holding on so tightly to something and realizing that you killed what was inside of your hand, whether it's a flower that has potential or an insect. When you hold on too tight to something, you will stifle it and kill it. And so the way that it looks like here is that you are holding on to something so tightly that now you're recognizing that it doesn't really have life anymore. And so you may go through this Mercury retrograde realizing that things in the future have to be different. It cannot be the same as it was in the past. Because there was something you were doing out of, ego. Lori, what do I need to know? Lori, what do I need to know? The Devil, Emperor in reverse. Beware. So you have a masculine energy around you that's got very, very bad intentions. The intentions are not good. This is somebody who's weak. And so you've got to be careful about this person because strength and ritual in reverse. There's a part of this person and their actions that you feel like there's no way you could undo it. Like you don't have the power. You don't understand how to transform the situation. Well, that's not true. You can always use spell work, witchcraft, energy manipulation to change the situation. You've got to do that comes down to there's things that you can do, but you feel powerless. That's like, somebody like this, when it says beware, you could always do getaway, which is pushing someone's energy away. That's one that I would say everybody needs in their back pocket, or reversal. But there's a part of this person's behavior that you feel powerless, but it's not true. You have the ability to use spell work in ways to push somebody away. Like you could do a freezer jar, you could do a getaway candle, there's things you can do. But the card beware is very telling that you need to do something about this person's energy towards you because it's not good. Jessica, no particular question, but feeling on verge of new and better things. Let's take a look. What does Jessica need to know? Yes, you actually you're right on target because I get Judgment in reverse, the Death card. You are putting to death the ways of the past, which are Judgment in reverse is like you're in the darkness. You don't know who you are. You don't have any possibility, hope, faith, courage. It just kind of feels very dark. You're putting that to death, so to speak. Death really isn't like a physical death. Death is about closing cycles and powerfully moving through them rather than resisting cycles. So I do see that there is a way of being here that very past-based energy. You may have been somebody who was a little greedy and wanted things your way in the past when you went into new cycles and creating new things in your life. And you realize, ooh, that's not really worked out for me. I get the beware card. So when it comes to things transforming, being new, like new starts in your life, you have come at them in a way that has led to like, where you go, what was I thinking? Why did I want that? It wasn't as good as it looked on the outside. Could be people, could be possessions, it could be experiences. And so what's here is it's just, there's a part of you that has had some things happen in your life that are like, it's kind of like being down in the dumps for so long that now you're ready to powerfully move through that. There's a part of you that's reflecting on things from your past and how you've jumped into things and how you thought it was, and then you get in it and you're realizing, oh my God, what was I thinking? I do see you transforming. I do see you being different in the future. I will say this, you need an egg cleanse. And with the Magician card, you have the tools necessary to have the life that you want. You are shedding in this cycle something negative, toxic, that keeps you, like I said, down in the dumps. It's interesting. I keep hearing that, down in the dumps, down in the dumps. But do an egg cleanse because there's a lot of negative energy on you. You need to clean that off. Might be contributing to having you feel some sort of like, I don't know, down in the dumps. This is what I keep hearing. Yes, because in the future you intend on being fully the divine feminine Empress energy. And so I would say part of that is recognizing who you are, because you have all the tools necessary to be the Empress. Focusing on not repeating toxic cycles from the past. Do an egg cleanse. And recognize that you're putting to death the way of judgment in reverse, which is away from the past. Interesting. Sometimes I get those where it's like, ooh, this is interesting. Egg cleanse, yes. I think it's still on my website, isn't it? You can do one. Just cleanse yourself with an egg. Egg cleanses are very simple. You don't really need to know how to do it right. Just do it. With the intention of cleansing the energy around you. Renee, energy for the rest of the week. As we go into Mercury retrograde, it's going to get harder and harder. It's going to be a difficult month. Mercury retrograde. Renee, energy for the rest of the month. I don't know why the cards are just like... All right, let's see. It ain't going to be good. You're going to recognize that there may be some holes in relationships around you, possibly with friends. There's no stability with friendships. You may have to let some friends go. And why? Because they aren't the type of friends that... They're not a reflection of you. They're not the kind of friends that you wish for. There's an element of wanting things to change in friendships. There are some regrets about decisions that you've made, possibly for friends. You seem to be very vulnerable in your friendship circle. There are things that are happening around you that you don't even see when it comes to your female friends. There are some great deceptors around you. Two more. One of them is involved with the masculine energy that may or may not have been involved with you. Like there's a big deception going on between a masculine energy and two women. So you got to take a really good look at your relationships and see what your intuition tells you, because there's some stuff going on I don't think you're really aware of. Kim, energy with Anthony and around him. Well, that's two questions. I'll just look at energy with Anthony. He's struggling in life. He regrets some chances that he took. He's just struggling. And the mountain represents struggle. He's got a lot of crosses to bear right now. He's got a lot of burdens. It's just because of the choices that he's made. He's struggling. He feels like he's run out of time. There's some things he lied about that he regrets. There's just lies and manipulation that he regrets. Time hasn't healed yeah. He's looking at his life. He refuses to look at the lies that he has, the lies and deception that he has, like he's decided to do things deceptively and lied about certain things, and he regrets that. And he refuses to look at what real love looks like. It's like he doesn't know what real love is. He refuses to develop himself in this way. He has a lot of anxiety about decisions that he's made, about lying within the context of love. And that has led to him feeling like he's had a lot of negative experiences. So this is somebody who might be in a situation where he doesn't have anybody supporting him or helping him. And now he's starting to look back at what he's done to damage true love relationships. This is a man who looks at reconciliation as not available. And the reason why is because he hasn't done enough self-discovery, right? It's just not, he hasn't really done the deep dive. He hasn't looked at his responsibility. I think that he's facing a loss in this relationship. This is like, I just see a female who's communicating that the relationship is over and the house is just too unstable to be in it anymore. Claudia, what will November bring? November bring silence. There's not a lot of communication happening, which it shouldn't because it's Mercury retrograde. Focus on finances and not a lot of communication, not a lot of conversations. It's very quiet. There's something coming to an end because someone is going to expose their betrayal or manipulation. What looked like maybe a new opportunity is not going to be a new opportunity. It's going to close out. Because somebody's being quite mischievous and deceptive. And what they say is not what you see. But then at the bottom of the deck, I see masculine energy. It may make you hurt, and you may not like it, but there is something you're about to discover about a masculine energy. Maybe you looked at them as potential, emotional connection, and, you know, at the end of the day, instead of getting long-term relationship, you have more isolation. So, it's going to be a tough month. Francesca, any message, please? You're not looking at the bigger picture. Magnifying glass in reverse. You're not seeing something from the bigger picture because what's there is that it's not, you're not releasing it. It's not over. I'm going to change this deck because I don't know where that's going. That might be a long conversation. So let me just go look at this one. Okay, what does Francesca need to know? It's time to get out of the mental prison. It's time to stop overthinking something. It's to get out of the overthinking of what you expected. You expected someone to give something to you willingly, but they haven't. This is about money. So what's there is like you have to come out of the mental prison of thinking that this person should have given me what I expect rather than me having to, you know, like take it. There's a part of you that doesn't really care that this person sees themselves as in poverty. Like, you're not concerned about that. You don't care. Because what's there for you is like, well, we could have been together. And if we were together, I would have forgiven that debt. You'd be in a different place when it comes to debt towards what you are owed. And maybe your spirit team doesn't want you to think about it that way. Because you'd be too soft. Because it's literally, that's what it says. It's like if you were in a relationship with this person right now, you wouldn't even be concerned about the debt that's owed to you. Even though this person doesn't honor you. And is kind of a fraud. And dishonorable. And gives you what's owed, but very slow. He speaks that he doesn't have money, but he does. He matches you. He has abundance, particularly because he's not carrying the weight that you are, and you've managed just fine to have abundance. So it's like you're in despair right now because there's been no change, but what's there is that he hasn't done anything different, and your expectations are that things are going to change, and they're not. So You have to come out of that mental prison of being upset that things aren't changed, that they haven't changed, that they're not different. You have to release more. Release, release, release. Michelle, what do I need to hear today? Right now you're sitting on privileged lady, Queen of Pentacles energy. Opening, pathways are opening for you. You're starting to care less about the same thing that you've been caring about for a very long time. You're starting to, not that you care less, but it's like you're not so concerned with it as you have in the past. And that's opening doors for your financial stability to come in. And the reason that you're not so concerned heavily with it like you usually are is because you don't see anything changing. There is a part of you that's still very bitter about it and not, and in the fact that it's not changing. There's stuff you still have to deal with. And it's about the fact that to be in a relationship, even if it's dysfunctional, in your mind, is that that's a great fortune. And it's like, no, it's not. To be in a healthy relationship is a great fortune. And so what's there for you is that you're feeling like there's no change. And, well, I guess, I guess it's a great relationship. And my version of great relationship, I don't know that I've seen it in just about anybody, because even the best relationships have difficulties. So what's there for you is that because he didn't choose you, you actually have access to the great fortune and the most powerful relationship that there is, and it's this one. It's not outward of you. And so what it's really saying is like you're focusing on something that isn't a great fortune. It isn't powerful. It isn't everything that it's presented to the world. Instead of looking at that, look at this. What's here? What's been created out of the lack of him choosing you? Because this mature woman in reverse doesn't mean good things. That's Queen of Swords in reverse. Holding on to anger and bitterness. Instead of saying, thank you so much for not choosing me, because now I have this. And this is powerful. This is never going to leave. This is everything that I need. Thank you for not choosing me, because you would have taken me out of my destiny. And this is your destiny right here. That's what I got. Karina, is there anything I need to know? You have somebody who owes you something real close to you. You have somebody very, like a fraud next to you. Very close to you. Somebody who you would assume would be more of like a giving, loving person. It could be in your home, in your family. There's something that's been done that you didn't expect, and now you have some despair. Masculine energy, there's two of them here. Well, there's one, there's masculine energy, and then there's the main female. So main female, main male. It's despair. So there's something someone's done close to you, could be masculine energy, that has put you in despair. There's something they did that's against you, against the relationship. Yep. Despair, main male, main female, courtship. So concerning the commitment, there's something they've done and it's not good. What do you need to know? That this is almost over. You're resisting the ending of this. JC, what do I need to know going into November? Let's see. You're in despair. You feel like you're locked out. You feel you're locked out of a strong commitment. You're just struggling in that area about commitment. And the reality is you have a strong commitment. It's this way, not this way. You know what I'm saying? It's not external to you. It's above, through you. And so you got to focus more on that, because that's going to relieve any of the anxieties and worries and panics in your life. You are being communicated with by the universe. There's judgment here. You know who you are and you know what you deserve. The universe is telling you who you are and what you deserve, but you're not listening. You're so focused on being in a physical relationship that you're not developing the spiritual. Dominique, what do the next 6 months look like for me? You will have financial abundance. Money's coming in. Money's available for you. That's not what you want to hear, though, is it? I could tell you what you want to hear. I can see it right here. Money is going to be abundant. Good things are going to happen to you. But the way these cards fell, but you're not going to get out of this lockdown on love. It's not available for you right now. But great fortune tells me good things will come to you. And so good things are coming in, but not the thing that you want. Toil and labor and poverty. There's some work that you need to do around the fact of, like, I work hard and I never have enough. That's not true. You just don't know how to manage it. And you're resisting an ending with somebody because you're waiting for a message that hasn't come through. You're waiting for them to come in and contact you so it can be completed. You don't need that. You don't need completion with somebody to move forward. You just got to move forward. So great fortune. Fortunate things are going to happen to you, but not in relationship. Just so you know. AJ, will NCINC deliver the gig successful this week? Will it give us the money needed? How about I just answer, will it give you the money needed? What does AJ need to know? Somebody isn't going to do what they said they're going to do. They're very distant from their responsibility. High honor in reverse. It's not going to go the way they said it was going to go, or whatever they said they're going to do, they're not going to do it. Is the money going to come through? No. There's something holding it back. And it's the actions of somebody who didn't do what they said they were going to do. It involves a man and a woman, and essentially there were promises made that it's not gonna happen. Two men, perhaps. Well, it's a main male privileged lady, mature man in reverse. So it could be an immature man and a woman involved in the situation, and it's just like it's not gonna go. No, it's not. I don't see money coming through. What you're expecting isn't coming through. The money is not coming through. I know, right? Bring me the money, too. Great, Dominique, bring me the money. Well, great fortune is not just money. It's like, if there's something that needs to happen, and it could go good and it could go bad, the more good, there's more good than bad going to happen. That's what fortune really is about. And it's very good news. It's very positive news. The only thing you got to worry about is focusing on this relationship that needs to be nurtured, and not getting down on yourself just because the commitment and relationship isn't at the forefront. You know what I mean? Like, not becoming discouraged because it's not coming through. That can be very discouraging. All right, so if you're on and you have not asked your question, go ahead. I'll stay on for a few more minutes. I wanted this to be I don't know, why did I want to say one and done? No. Just, I wanted to get through this pretty quick because I have some things I got to complete before the end of the day, and it's already, like, the day is flying by. So, if you're on or you jump on, I'll give you a few more minutes, and then I'm going to take off. Yes. That's like, it's hard because it's not really just like a simple conversation. It's, really creating what is there for you. What is it that you want to achieve? What are you being called to do? because it is very humbling to have an ancestor altar. It's very humbling. I got humbled yesterday. I got very humbled. And well, I have 3 altars, and one of them is my ancestor altar. And I was humbled because my ancestors are looking out for me. It's like sometimes when you feel like, damn it, I'm all by myself here. No, your ancestors are looking out for you. Because all they ask of you is that you remember and honor them, and that they will be at the forefront of every battle that you're going through. And so I was humbled because it was like, oh, we're taking care of it. You asked us for this. You asked us for protection, and like, we got you. We're handling this. And then my Lilith altar, she humbled me in a different kind of way yesterday. She humbled me in a way that I was asking for something, and it was like the answer was no, and I needed to focus on this because the way I was asking it wasn't powerful. So the answer was no because my ask wasn't powerful. It was like, you're more powerful than this. So the answer is no. This is what you actually need to be doing. And it was like, chokehold. And then my Santa Muerte altar was saying something else too. So it's just, it's very interesting. Altars, you know, you really have to be tapped in because they're constantly communicating with you, you know. And I almost burnt my entire office down because I wasn't paying attention to all 3 altars were kind of doing the same similar thing. And then it was like, once I sat down and was like, okay, what are you guys trying to tell me? Like, what the hell's going on here? This is crazy. That's when everything came through. I was like, oh my God. All right, Mats, let me grab a deck here. General, yes. Let's see. We're going into Mercury retrograde, which is going to be a tough one this month. As you guys already see, there's lots of stuff going on in the world. What I can tell you is that you may be open to having a new friendship, a new relationship, but it's more friendship. It's the dog, which represents friendship, loyalty. I do see that there's this hope and belief and faith in the fact that you'll go from being kind of lonely and isolated to having healthy friends, good people around you. Because you have had a life where you've had to let go of people who are manipulative or betrayed you. You want to go down a new path. You want just like to clear that out and open the way for healthy relationships with people. But you feel like maybe you can't see clearly enough. Like the moon and the mice. There's a lot of anxiety because maybe you don't feel like you can trust people. Like your intuition isn't loud enough. But what I can tell you is that there are burdens that you're carrying that you need to let go of. The only reason your intuition is not loud is because there's too much childhood wounds and traumas blocking it. That's why you have to work on this. So if you think about in your gut, which is where you have like, I don't know how many nerve endings, like so many, I don't know, it's thousands. The gut is the source of where most feminine energies have their intuition. And so if you suffer from a lot of childhood wounds and traumas and fears and all of that, this is going to be very dark. You have to clear that away so the intuition can be clearer. And so what's there is that's the key, is to start to remove and let go of the burdens that you carry that are preventing the intuition from being clear. This is literally what it is. You have to, it literally says you got to cut some stuff out, like toxic stuff out, people out of your life. And I'm talking all the way around, because if you had at some point some very toxic friends, I assure you, you had family members that were toxic that had to go. You might have had coworkers. You might have had relationships, because how you show up in life, in one area of your life, is how you show up in all areas. So if I see here that friendships, you've had some bad friendships, there's some family members, there's some people you've been in a relationship with, there's some coworkers, everywhere in your life, in the different categories of how you show up, you got to get rid of some stuff. You got to cut it out of your life. That's the key to increasing your intuition, because you've been sad a little too long. Been sad a little too long. So basically what that tells me is that, do some work on yourself before you start to embrace people, so that the intuition is stronger. That way you can really hear, is this the right friendship for me? And then also when you're in your intuition, you know, you can be in relationship with the universe and ask for healthy relationships. Even me, I have to cut people out of my life, and I have to constantly be pruning things back, because I got schooled on that yesterday from one of my altars, one of my spirit team ancestors. One of them out of the 3 altars kind of smacked me up a little bit about some things I need to let go of, because it's not good for me, and I'm holding on and I'm not wanting to let go. So guess what happens? You get smacked up. And what's on the other side of that smack up is you will have more abundance, more joy, more happiness, a more fulfilling life if you're going to let go of some of these things. So even I get reminders by the universe of things that I need to do so that my life can be happy and I can enjoy almost all of it. You know what I'm saying? And so if I'm doing it, no, you need to do it too. So that's what I got for you guys. All right, today's very short and sweet. I don't know if I posted last week's on YouTube. I have no idea. It's just every day is just like blasting by. I don't know if anybody else feels it, but man, time is flying, and I'm just filled with a lot of things going on. So I will hopefully get this one up by the end of the week. If last week I didn't post it, I will do the 2 of them together, last week and this week. I just don't remember. I haven't posted it. Okay, so I will post both of these together, and then I'll see you guys next week. You can always book a session. I have the Mercury retrograde special going on again, which I always do. So if you need to book now. It's a great time to do it. All right, have a wonderful rest of your night.